Sorry about that, guys. My internet connection went out on me, so I had to quickly level out the plane and go reset my router. But we're back on track now. Coming up on this river right here, and we're going to go on a course of 327. We're going to go on a course of 327 as we fly along this river. I'm pretty proud that I can navigate through these valleys and whatnot. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make this flight without some GPS help. I have to muscle my way through these winds to make the turn. And I gotta say, the clouds are perfect. They're not too low, so we don't have to go IFR, which is really nice. And they're giving us an extra challenge. So what are we looking for next? We're looking for this. Oh, we're pretty close to our destination. So this river will end and we'll see a few airports, hopefully. And we'll see the water, and then we just have to follow the coast to get to Port Hardy. And I already see the water up ahead. The open water, that is. Hey, Shadow Ike Gaming, welcome to the stream. Good morning to you. You must be in Europe. If it's morning, for me it's evening. How are you doing today? Oh, you fell down the stairs yesterday. Oh, sorry to hear that. Ugh, that sucks. So it looks like we see one of the airports up ahead. Plane is shaking, of course, from the wind and all the turbulence. See how that looks outside. See, I'm not even touching the yokes. That's just the wind pushing my plane around. That's just the wind pushing it around. Looks pretty cool though. Still staying in more or less level flight. My graphics card, I have an NVIDIA GeForce GT 650M. So I'm running this on a laptop. You can see all my specs on the on my channel page underneath the category that says specs or something like that. My hardware. The category is called My Hardware. So it looks like we're coming up on Port McNeil Airport, and there should be an airport to the left of that. And I think I do see that. They're both called Port McNeil. Would you look at that? And there's 2 alert bays. That must get confusing. Anyways, Port Hardy is our destination. It should be visible pretty soon. Let's get the weather there. 140 at 6 are the winds. 2 degrees Celsius the temperature, and 2974 for the altimeter. So we need to make a course of 284 to follow the oh, you're gonna do some rehauling on your computer. Do you run FSX as well? How does it run on your system? Alright, what do we need? We need 284. And I guess this is the little town of Port McNeil, is my guess. All these buildings that we're seeing. Alright, so winds are 140 at 6 at Port Hardy. Looks like there's a building underwater, or like a pier or something. Oh wow, it's gonna cost you 2,300 pounds. Jeez, you must be getting like an amazing computer. 2,300 pounds. You can get like an amazing gaming computer with that, I'd imagine. My laptop only cost me like $1,000, less than $1,000. Let's see what kind of runways this airport has. 140, that's 11. Let's land at the longest runway, the 5,000-foot runway. And we're going to land on runway 11. His winds are out of 140. And there's Port Hardy Airport up ahead. So I'm going to set my heading to 110. And let's start to slow it down a bit. got 110 and 07. So I gotta make sure not to confuse the two runways. 1,300 pounds is just the new motherboard and the new graphics card. Okay. Yeah, I envy the computer that you're gonna build. It sounds like it's gonna be awesome. So I'm going to enter a right downwind for runway 11. Here it is right there. That's what I think runway 11 is. That's where I think runway 11 is. There's runway 7. And there's the third runway. Well, this seems like the widest one. Maybe I should just land here and just have a crosswind, because I do like a wider runway. Actually, is that runway 11? Am I getting this confused? Oh yeah, this is runway 11. Yeah, I got them confused. 110. It's way, totally not in the right heading. It's so strange. It's runway 07. That's so bizarre. Huh. Okay, well, good thing we flew over the field. I'm still confused about how that can be runway 11. Oh. Ah. Okay, because I forgot this thing doesn't rotate with your heading. Only the needle rotates. Ah, okay. So I have to visually readjust in my mind the picture. Okay, so that is runway 11. I mean, it was runway 11 previously as well, but I just couldn't figure out the orientation of the runway. Well, what's the best way to approach here? I'm going to fly out a little farther. Haven't set up for the approach quite yet. Let's lower our gear. Start our base turn. It's going to be a base straight to final, because we were pretty close to the runway as it was. I'm going to continue descending. I'm going to actually put out flaps. Put on my landing lights. Put on my fuel boost pumps. Set mixtures to full. There's the runway. We're going to have a slight crosswind from the right, according to the weather report. Let's go mixture to full. Sorry, the propellers to full. Flaps 2/3 setting. And we should open up the cowl flaps halfway. There we go. Have trouble landing these Beech 18s in a crosswind. Hopefully this time around it'll be a little bit better landing. Get a scenery load on shore final as always. Lined up nicely so far. A little high in the approach. Over the fence, throttles to idle. Not bad. I don't have an airport chart, so I'm gonna have to use the top-down view. So we're just gonna take this taxiway down to this runway to taxi down back to the terminal. Snow the landing time 10:29. This turned out to be about an hour-long flight. New graphics card is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 8GB Strix. That sounds pretty powerful. That sounds awesome. Tail wheel unlocked. Yeah, I wonder how aviators taxi on this airport, whether they just use the runways for taxiing or not. Yeah, you can turn off our fuel pumps, can turn off our pitot heat, landing lights we can keep on. That was a nice little flight. I enjoyed that. Hope you guys that went along with me did as well. Tail wheel lock unlocked. Let's turn onto this taxiway. And there's a fuel pump, and I'm afraid of those because they cancel my flights and economy flights pretty often, so I'm gonna not put on my parking brake and just shut down an engine to end my flight. Let me park as far away from that fuel pump as I can. Let's park next to this hangar, pretend we're coming in to drop off our passengers at this hangar. Alright, here we are. Turn off our avionics. cut our mixtures. Note the time, 10:32. We have 97 gallons remaining of fuel. Generators off, mags off, master ignition off, lights can come off, and battery can come off. Let's let our passengers disembark. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this flight. I'll do, oh, forgot to put the flaps back up. Yeah, so thank you for joining me. I'll do a quick replay here. Make sure everything's logged off. And I'll let you enjoy this replay here if you guys want. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining me on another flight for Alex's Flying Club. Have a good night. Or morning, as the case may be.